Hello and welcome to another episode of the Gospel Rescue Mission podcast. Today we are going to be talking with Mike Garcia and giving him a little bit of an opportunity to share his story and how the mission has benefited him. If you're somebody who is considering the mission and wondering about, I don't know if I can do the mission, well, I think the words of a resident speak louder than anything I can do. So let's take a listen to Mike and see what he has to say.
I'm Mike Garcia. I'm a resident here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. I grew up all over Northern and Southern California, mostly, and then moved to Nevada, where I finished school up there and lived most of my life. I traveled to different places following work. And then this last year, I got really strung out on drugs after my wife had passed away. And so I was slamming dope every day, just doing my own thing. And me and my lady, and she decided she was going to treatment, so I told her I'd do the same thing. So I left Nevada, Hawthorne, Nevada, to come up here to the Gospel Rescue Mission to go through their program. And this is the first time that I've actually went through the program without having a job or wanting to do my own thing. I stuck it out, and then, I've been here a little over 90 days. And I mean, it took me a minute to find a job, but God wasn't letting me. And I feel that the reason was I really wasn't ready until recently. I got me a job down at Applebee's, and if you really do the program the way you're supposed to, and you listen to the staff members and on how they want you to run things, it helps you get out of yourself. And it's an awesome program. I mean, I've made a lot of friends with the staff. It's a good place to be. I've seen a lot of residents come in and want to do their own thing and leave, or get kicked out because they are running their own program and not running the program that's set forth in front of us for us to run by their standards. As long as we get out of ourselves and do the program the way it's supposed to be done, we are more confident about ourselves. We just give up and give in and let the program take its course. When I first arrived, it was definitely different. I really didn't know what to expect at first. I didn't even think that I would have to go online to fill out an application. I was so used to the paper applications, I thought I was done. And so it's got a little more advanced. And it's an awesome place. It's a big change for me. The best parts of this place is the staff members. They're very friendly, and they don't shun you. They don't shun you. They actually listen to what you got to say, and they try to incorporate a lot of ideas, with you to help you out, on your journey. Some examples of those ideas is like waiting 30 days, to go and get a job, to look for a job. Because, when you come in here, you're really strung out, on whatever it was you were doing. Like my situation, I was really strung out on drugs, and I knew I needed to change. And I was eager and willing to do whatever it took to make that change. And when I was told that I couldn't go and look for a job until 30 days, I was a little iffy about it. I was like, what do they know? But they obviously know that time for me was not a good time. And they were right. Even 90 days really wasn't, enough time. But I think, if a person gets a job right away, good for them. The program for them is working. But for me, it was different. I knew I needed a little more time. And so I really didn't take some of the jobs that, I had a couple of interviews with some places, but I didn't get the job. But I was okay with that because that's not where I needed to be. Until like recently, I've utilized and used the program that's set in front of me for me to use the tools to wait. And I waited a couple more months longer than required. But that was me and wanting the program to work for me better. So I took a little more time with it. And I'm glad I waited. I really am. Because if I wouldn't have waited as long as I did, I probably would have got my first paycheck and it'd probably be right back out where I started from. And that's not what I want. Yeah, we're required to do 2 chapels a week. I've learned a lot from them. Before it was, man, I gotta go to chapel. But you know what? You get that complaint, and then you're like, and then when you go, you're like, man, I'm glad I went. Because you get a lot out of it. Me personally, I've gotten, stability in myself. More confident in me moving forward. A little closer walk with God. And being able to understand more of what they're teaching now is what I've gotten out of it. The job training and prep for me to get ready for the job that I'm working now. It's the program really worked. It helped me to get back in a routine of working, of doing something other than sitting around and just existing and taking up space. So today it's helped me in a way to where I don't have to work. I get to work. And it's not only a necessity, it's also a luxury to be able to work. And it's an awesome thing. Well, the process in getting this job I was just out looking, checking on one of my applications. And I was like, you know what, since I'm on this side of town, I'll go to this construction site, see if they're hiring. So I hit the construction site, they weren't hiring. I hit a few other places, they weren't hiring. One place is, well, you go online and put your application in, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I got over to where I'm at now, and they're like, yeah, go put your application in, and come back and talk to us. I ran back to the mission just to put my application in with this company, and that's the first and only job that I've actually was excited to put my application in for. And no sooner I did that, within a week I was hired. I started working. So it's the program does work if you let it work. If you come in here with the mentality of, oh, this ain't for me, I want a job now, man, just take your time and wait that 30 days, and it'll be well worth it. If you need a little longer, it's even better, because then you know that you're really ready. The story of another resident here, he's been out just every week looking for a job. So I was talking to my bosses about him, and that, he didn't really know too much about computers. So just said, that's fine, send him down. So I told him to go down Saturday, and they helped him fill out his application. And I've been talking with the bosses and everything. They're eager to hire him. And so today he's got an interview with them at 3:00. He's gonna be ecstatic when he comes back with a full schedule, and it's gonna be an awesome thing, I didn't know that it was official until my kitchen manager said, well, as soon as we get our buddy in here, man, well, you'll be going right to the line. I was like, now that's what's up. That's God working in our lives right there. When we get out there and we're representing ourselves for these, to work for these companies, we're not just representing ourselves. We're representing the mission, because the mission has helped us regain the confidence, the drive to be a productive member of society, and for us to be the solution to the problems and not the cause of the problems. And I always come back to that, that value of responsibility. It starts with the cause, that I'm the cause and not the victim of what I do. So therefore, I will take ownership over what I do, and therefore I'm being responsible for my actions. Well, my future right now, looks like it's moving in a good and right direction. Being sober, not falling backwards in my old ways, continuing to go to church. The mission has helped me out a whole lot, and I see a lot of involvement more with the community, the mission more, even after I move out into my own place. I mean, my family's next door at the women's side, so my future is looking really good. There's one other thing I'd like to say is, don't be a dummy and just run with the program. Do what they want you to do. Stick around. It works.
So that's our podcast for the day. Thank you again for listening, and be sure to check us out on our Facebook page and at our website at grantspassmission.org.